Hello, this is Stephen Piazza, Artistic Director of your internationally acclaimed Los Angeles Symphonic Winds, inviting you to our first in a series of bi-weekly presentations highlighting events from the past, the present, and the future of the Los Angeles Symphonic Winds. This series will contain video clips from concerts that go back nearly 20 years. It will also contain segments dealing with famous band composers and band idioms, such as marches. It will include musical instrument demonstrations by members of our own Los Angeles Symphonic Winds, plus a number of virtual live concerts. And we will continue this all throughout the summer, every 2 weeks in June, July, and August. And if necessary, we will continue on after that as well. But we invite you to enjoy this series. You'll get emails reminding you of them just a couple of days prior to their presentation. But this one, I think you'll find particularly interesting because it's the oldest video that we have available to us, but it was one of the most important that we ever put together. Because in the year 2003, we decided that we would try to appear at the famous Midwest Band and Orchestra Clinic in Chicago. And in order to do that, we had to submit letters of recommendation. We had to submit recordings of our rehearsals and recordings of our concert. And this was the concert that we did in 2003 that we submitted to the adjudicators at the Midwest Band and Orchestra Committee. And they decided that we would get the opportunity to perform. And it was a great honor for us because we were the first community band west of the Mississippi to ever perform at this internationally acclaimed conference. And it really did put us on the international map, our performance there. And in a couple of weeks, we will take a look at that 2004 performance. In the meantime, though, we're going to look at this one, and it opens up with a phenomenal piece by a composer named Ron Nelson, a piece called Aspen Jubilee, and it features the soprano Maura Crawley singing, and of course members of the Los Angeles Symphonic Winds, many of whom you will recognize because they are still performing with us some 17 years later. It's quite impressive and something I'm very, very proud of indeed. And you also hear a piece by Kenneth Alford entitled The Mad Major, a great British march. And you'll see that the concert takes place in the old Performing Arts building at Pierce College. And you'll see above the stage certain reflector panels that myself and Caryn Rasmussen, our co-principal saxophone player, built in order to enhance the acoustics of that rather dry concert hall. And I think the recording that we have made that was put together back in 2003 is quite impressive, both visually and from an auditory standpoint. So we hope you enjoy it. Don't be bashful about making comments about this series. We'll try to respond to your suggestions and your ideas. But it'll take place, as I said, every 2 weeks, and will feature a variety of hopefully very interesting, fascinating, and educational and entertaining clips about the Los Angeles Symphonic Winds. And hopefully we will be together again in a more personal basis in the not too distant future. But in the meantime, we hope you enjoyed these presentations of Summer Sounds with your Los Angeles Symphonic Winds.